start with a VIP visitor. I am, of course, talking about the Chinese president. He's here. He's off for a luxury dinner at the Palace of Versailles tonight, I believe. He's already upset the local population, though, or those that use the metro anyway.
Well, you don't want to upset a Parisian, as I'm sure you know.
Yes, I do.
This morning, 13 metro stations were actually closed for his visit because they were in central Paris around monuments that he was visiting. Obviously, that got the rage of Parisians up and very mobilised on Twitter. They were tweeting things like it's all very well signing these big deals for billions of euros.
Right,
but
I was going to say, maybe they got their money's worth.
Yeah, no, they said, if I miss a day of work, are we going to send the bill to Beijing? What's going on? Of course, some people taking a lighter look at it, tweeting, well, I'm nipping down the shops. Do you want to shut the metro stations near my house? Of course, there was a lot more diplomatic and political analysis about this visit on the web this morning, for example, from Rue 89, saying, and the title they use is Why This Red Carpet for China when the West is sanctioning Russia, suggesting that the two countries have comparable human rights records.
Well, and let's not forget, this comes on the same day as Amnesty released a report saying China has executed more people last year than all the other countries put together.
Exactly, and this report was part of the reason that Reporters Without Borders wanted to do a rally to protest against, for example, human rights abuses, but also freedom of speech in China, saying that, we're a country where we can speak freely, so let's talk about that. Unfortunately, this is the poster that they wanted to show. Very rude gesture there from the Chinese leader. They've obviously photoshopped that. That's what they were going to show in their demo. They were blocked on a ring road outside of Paris, not allowed to come and do their rallies. So,
and of course, they couldn't take the metro either.
No. So not doing very well among Parisians today.
Right. Interesting. Okay, now moving on then, you mentioned Russia there, and we've seen journalists writing all sorts of things about the situation. They're really wrangling and trying to come to terms with what's happened and the moral justification that Russia's using, etc., and all the rest of it. One journalist has been quite blunt today. He suggests the West should just invade Russia.
Yeah, it's a very humorous intro to this article in Le Point today, the French magazine. It's called Why We Should Declare War on Russia. He says we need to finish the job that Napoleon and Hitler couldn't do, and we just need to invade Russia. Now, just simply invade Russia. It's a pretty small country. It's a shocking article at the beginning, but it becomes increasingly funny. He says Moscow's actions have provoked hate and disgust within the EU and the US. He does obviously quite sarcastically say, since when did they care about Ukraine so much? They never did before. He then goes even further, descending into satire and ridicule, saying invading Russia would be a great idea, like colonization in Africa. It would be for the greater good. That's when you realise this is a very, very sarcastic, ridiculous
tongue-in-cheek, that one, isn't
Extremely tongue-in-cheek, but by being so heavy-handed, I think that he's making a comment on this media coverage of the last few weeks, which has been Russia's the big bad wolf, Ukraine's the innocent lamb, and it's been done with very broad strokes, and I think he's calling really for a bit of nuance in Western reporting.
All right, well, staying with this story then, I knew there was more to this when it happened.
Did you?
Russia Today, I suspected. Russia Today, this is the state-funded news channel. A couple of its anchors resigned live on air. And one of them, an American, Liz Wall, who was working for the network, she had a pretty well-prepared speech, and she kind of stayed on for a long time and explained that she couldn't work for the channel anymore because of what was happening in Crimea. And now it's turned out that it wasn't all as it seems.
Well, it's being investigated, but it does certainly look fishy, as you say, Laura. It looks like there's a lot more behind it. This was Liz Wall, of course, who said, I was Putin's pawn. This is an editorial that she was writing in Politico after she resigned on air. Now it looks like there might be a little bit more behind that. This journalist, Robert Scher, his website's called Truthdig, he likes to really go behind the headlines, has uncovered that there was a very curious tweet sent on the same day that she resigned, just before she resigned, which was from Foreign Policy magazine, Foreign Policy think tank, saying something big might happen on Russia Today in 20 to 25 minutes. Watch now. So they were obviously in the know.
Off her viewers.
He then interviewed some people she worked with at Russia Today who said she was not political at all. She never talked about politics. Now, of course, the rumours are, is she doing this to further her own career?
Well, that's what I was thinking, because very shortly after she popped up on all the American networks.
She's been on TV a lot. Lots of other people are saying there's a neoconservative agenda behind this. She's lobbying for politicians. But let's see where we see her on the television in the weeks to come.
Not have heard the last of Liz Wall. All right. Thanks very much, Olivia Salazar-Winspear there with Media Watch. Now, time for